back to another video. Today I thought I would walk you guys through my Evoque road bike pro bag and why I think it is definitely the best investment if you're a racer or a traveller. Probably the best investment I've made in the last year. So as you guys probably know, there's a lot of different bike bags on the market, and as bikes are getting more and more integrated and fully integrated cables and disc brakes and stuff, it's just getting more and more time consuming to pack things away, especially if you're in a rush or if you travel a lot like me. So I bought this bag last year. Its recommended retail is $1,600 in New Zealand, which I think is about 1,200 or 1,100 USD. So it's not a cheap bag, it's pretty expensive, but the build quality and everything on it is just absolutely phenomenal, and it is so quick to pack away. You get two little wheel bags like this. They've got padded on each side for your hubs, so you just kind of pack these away. They also fit mountain bikes as well, so I've got my rear wheel in there, and then you kind of pull the bike bag apart, and then the other wheel is on the other side. And also one of the best parts about having this absolutely ginormous, like it is, it's a very big bike bag because you don't have to take much apart. Some of the airlines don't like it, but like in New Zealand I've flown Qantas, Emirates and JetBlue, and they've all had absolutely no problem with it, and I've never had I think I've only lost my bag once, which was when I was in Spain, but that was a completely different issue entirely. But yeah, because it's so big and you've got so much room, and it's fairly lightweight, you can actually fit, I take my helmet in here, my shoes, and then sometimes I put my dirty kit in here if I don't want it in my actual bag, and then you can obviously have spares and everything in here as well. So I always pack all of this stuff in my bike bag, and it always seems to be underweight as well, which is perfect. So basically how this bike bag works is it has a fully solid base, and then the bike sits in a frame and then is held on by these two red straps. The top third is fully hard, so that's, you know, fully hard, can take a little bit of impact and stuff. And then the rest of it is just like a soft bag, like you normally have a normal Evoque bag or whatever other brand you'd have. It's fully solid and really lightweight. It has probably like 5 centimeters worth of a little bit of padding in the side, but not a hell of a lot. And then the way that it all holds itself together and adds strength are these little plastic rods, and they just stick in the side. There's one on each end and then 3 in the middle, and that holds the whole bag up. So when you pull it all apart, all you have to do is take 5 of these out, fold it down, and then you can pull everything out without having to take the other side down. It also comes with this divider to hold on to the back. It's got 2 little Velcro bits that it kind of Velcros onto like that and holds, and you kind of like wind it in to the dimensions of how big your bike is and how much weight and force you want, because that really does protect the bike. The front end is a lot stiffer than the back, and the back also narrows a lot, so this is really important to put in as well. And then the bag also has this little compartment here, which you can keep. I have like a dry lube in there, and then a couple Allen keys and stuff. I always carry a 6mm in here so that I can, even if I don't have my tools and stuff with me, I can always get my bike out of the thing. Because obviously it goes into the frame with your through axles. So then when you've taken all the wheels out and all your stuff out and everything's ready to go, all you have to do is unclip these 2 red little notches here, pull these over the frame, and then pull your bike out. And then all you gotta do is lift the frame out just like this. And basically, once the frame is out, it's pretty much made out of 2 rails, and you set it up to the length of your bike. Obviously, if you're a small rider, you can push this back one in as far as it needs to go, but it's best to have the front one right at the front, because the handlebars need to be at the bit of the bag where it's meant for the handlebars. And then these 2 little red bits, there's one at the front and one at the back, one for your rear and front axle. Obviously, I use this. It's really handy when you have disc brakes, but if you have rim brake as well, I can put my TT bike in here. All you have to do is swap these out for a slightly narrower one, so you can put your skewer in there as well. And then pretty much all you gotta do, grab your 6mm under your through axle, pull that out, and I always go with the rear wheel first. So grab your rear wheel, pull the bike up, careful with your rear derailleur, chuck that in, put the axle back in, and then obviously your rear wheel moves around, so it's best to put this one on first. I always put the rear wheel on first, because when you put the rear wheel on first, it actually sits in the frame, which is pretty cool. And then you grab the front wheel last. The bike down. And pretty much just like that, your bike is already out of the bag. I reckon from the start, the time you undo the lock to the time your bike is built, if you know what you're doing, less than 5 minutes every single time, like every single time. And then when you pack it all away, it's pretty easy. You pack the frame back in there, plastic tiles, 2 wheel bags, and then I usually just zip it up, and then you can pretty much just go store it like that into your next trip. And if you want it, if this is too big, if you want to put it in your roof or something, you can take the other side out and it drops right down. Actually, I'll show you. So when you pull all these ones out, your bag pretty much becomes limp, so you have to hold it up. Chuck these all inside. Zip this bad boy out, and then you just push it down like this, let the air out of it, and it folds down to that small, which is pretty cool. It's pretty easy to maneuver. It only weighs a couple of kgs, so you can move it around real easy. So yes, it's a big bag, but it does pack down pretty small. Most people should be able to fit that in their house. So yeah, it's kind of like a understanding of how this bag works. It is pretty confusing. Like when I first took it out the box, I was like, holy shit, how do I put this thing together? How the hell do I get it to work? And I think it took me like an hour the first time I used it, which was like exactly a year ago today. I got it before I went to Club Nationals in Hokitika. So yeah, I've had it for about 365 days now, a year, and it's been going so good, and I still use it probably at least once a month. Last year when I did like my world tour, I think I did 20 flights with this bag, with my road bike, and then this year I think I've probably already done like 8 or 9 flights with it, and it just keeps going. It's so robust. Like my one's getting a little bit worse for wear, like it gets a few dings and stuff here. That's kind of to be expected, like with the baggage handlers and stuff. But yeah, super easy bag. Like the time it saves is worth the money for me. The hassle of having to take your handlebars off, pull your pedals off, take your rear derailleur and hanger off so you don't bend that. I've done probably 30 flights with this bag, and I've never once taken my rear derailleur hanger off, and it has just been absolutely fine. I've never had a bang hanger. I've never got to a race and had to like fix anything. It's always been in perfect condition, and I doubt that it's just been looked after by the bag handlers. It's because the bag actually looks after the bike. I've also never added any pillows. I've never added any like bubble wrap or anything. The only thing I've ever had in here is clothes and like kit to protect it. So yeah, it's pretty interesting that I've never had a cracked bike. I've never had anything wrong with it, and I've pretty much barely used anything except what came in the box with this bag. And I've travelled some big distances to some races, and I've always had my bike ready to go. Being able to race to the hotel, grab your bike out in 5 minutes and be able to go for a ride is so handy. So yeah, that's a wee bit of review of the Evoque Pro road bike bag. It is such a good bag. I highly recommend it. But if you do have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them. But yeah, I thought I've been using this for over a year now, and I genuinely do rate it. And I did pay my own money for this. Evoque didn't pay me to do any of this. I actually had to buy this. And it is honestly the best bike bag you will ever buy. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're almost at 20,000 subscribers.